Chet, obviously tough outcome, but what did you think of the way that you guys clawed back from 14 down there in the fourth?
Yeah, you always want to give yourself a chance at the end of the game to come out with a win. And I feel like we did that. Um, you know, the they put together a lot of good runs throughout the game, especially there at the end of the third. And I feel like we did a great job of staying composed and keeping ourselves in that game. We could have withered and just set on to the next, but we didn't do that.
Yeah, what were some keys to that? Because that spurt at the end of the third, all three of those threes were off the dribble, not like rhythm ball movement threes. How did you guys kind of maintain the perspective there on the court in the heat of battle?
Yeah, just having an understanding that this is the NBA and there's good players, and um, it's trying to force other teams to. The goal is to force other teams to um, do what you want them to do, and at the end of the day, you'd rather give up contested off the dribble threes than any open ones or anything at the rim. So at the end of the day, we can always be better. We gotta go to practice tomorrow, get in the film room, and execute better. But it's the NBA. Good players make great plays, and credit to them. They put together a good stretch of those tonight.
Chet, Mark mentioned, probably looking back on some of that film that before, the shots didn't fall late, that there were probably some controllable things you guys could have done on the defensive end. I know Sabonis and Fox are each great players, but how much of what they did you feel was controllable?
It's always controllable, but like I said, really good players make it tough, and they're throwing things at us that are new, and we're seeing them live in game for the first time, and we have to do a better job of adjusting to some of those things and being able to put things back on our terms than their terms, and I think that's something that we're going to have to do and be prepared for coming into our next matchup.
Yeah, and for you, all of this is new. Just with Sabonis now that you played him twice, what are some of the unique challenges he presents?
Obviously, he's a really good player, and just the way they play as a team. You can't just be like, I'm guarding Sabonis tonight. You got to guard everybody on the floor when you're guarding him. Just the way they move the ball and move bodies on offense. It's constant motion, constant communication to stay on top of things, and he really thrives the way they play.
Yeah, and thinking back to Golden State, they gave you that final shot in that game that went to overtime. You had to shoot those free throws recently at the end of that game against them. And in this game, you take two late threes. You've probably been behind the barrel more than most rookies would be. I'm just curious, what's going through your head in those moments, and how much of the late shots do you just chalk up to basketball or variance?
Just trying to make the right play to win the basketball game. That's what I'm thinking down the stretch, and I'd sum it up to giving credit to my teammates and coaches for putting me in a position where they trust me to make a play, and in those two Golden State games, it worked out in our favor, and tonight I didn't make those shots, and at the end of the day, I have to be better. I'm gonna be continue to work on my game so that next time I'm in those situations, I'm prepared for them and I can execute.
Mark said that, despite the loss, you guys took step forwards in your attacks tonight, especially given the different looks that they were throwing you guys defensively, the zone, trapping Shea, all that stuff from the outset. Just how did you feel like you guys were able to handle that? What was kind of key to navigating those sort of situations tonight?
It's a combination of everything. Everybody on the floor being ready to execute.
Mm-hmm.
If the ball came their way, or whatever they were, in position to do based on what was happening. I feel like everybody was prepared to do that, and that's credit to the coaches for, helping us be on the same page and understand what we're supposed to be doing in those situations. And we still have to be better, and we're going to be better as the season goes. We see it more times, but it's definitely good to see that we're going in the right direction with things.
All right, Stevie, last question.
Did Josh pick up some confidence tonight for the game?
You want me to call him real quick?
No.
It's great to see Josh out there hitting big shots like he was and being aggressive. And to win basketball games, we need everybody on the floor to play that way. So, anytime he's out there being aggressive, we're all for it. And he does a great job of making the right play and making big plays when we need them. And he did that tonight.
Thanks, Chet.
Thanks, Chet.
That's